Okay, continuing on with our 17 stages, we're going to see that the hero is going to go through a series, again, of 17 discrete stages or steps in order to tell the story. Again, we're going to shorten this down, but right now I do want to walk through them. First, he's going to have a call to adventure. Then the hero is going to refuse that call in some way and say, I'm not up for it, I'm not worthy, etc. Then there's going to be some kind of supernatural aid. Often this is a god or a goddess. In Greek and Roman mythology, god and goddesses would help out. In Harry Potter, you have Hagrid who comes to help him. So in Star Wars, you have Obi-Wan Kenobi. So there's always some type of aid that shows up to help the hero on the journey. The hero then crosses the threshold into setting out on the journey. So accepting that this is what I'm going to do and I'll go for it. So in Star Wars, A New Hope, when Luke decides that he's going to leave Tatooine and go with Obi-Wan Kenobi, that's crossing the threshold. And then, again, I go through this a little bit more quickly because we're not going to go through every single one of the steps. But then the stage is Belly of the Whale. That's when the persons have some inner turmoil that they're working through. The Road of Trials, again, different obstacles put in their path. They will meet a goddess, meet something that will turn things around for them. There will be female temptation. There will be atonement, apotheosis, the ultimate boon, refusal of return, magic flight, rescue from without, crossing the return threshold, master of the two worlds. So this is, again, looking at a very broad array of different myths that exist in ancient literature. Joseph Campbell figured out that these were kind of the 17 steps that would happen each individual time. And then it's, again, put in different ways. If you do an internet search, you're going to get lots of different views and charts. In this particular one, we see that if we look at the 17 stages, it then starts to run counterclockwise with the call to adventure, the separation from home, going out into the new world, the initiation, then return back to that home front. But again, this is still a little bit more complicated than what we need right now. And so we're going to look at a little shortened version. And again, I know this one's still kind of big, but we're going to pull it down to 12 steps. And most of them run clockwise. So from here on out, whenever you look at any of these charts, you'll need to look at them clockwise. But we see the call to action, the refusal, and all of this is happening in the ordinary world, wherever we open the door. So for example, in Doctor Who, this would maybe be on Earth. When the Doctor meets Rose, she's in the basement of the shop where she works, so that's the ordinary world. And he's like, run, and let's call to adventure, and let's go after these mannequins. And then she refuses. She returns home. She's met the Doctor. And now when the Doctor comes to her house and the arm attacks her, that's when she then crosses the threshold and decides that she's going to move into a world that she's not comfortable with, but she's going to try something different and follow through and see what this is. So we get a movement into the crossing the threshold, going through the trials and errors, etc. And so we constantly need to see that this is happening. This is kind of a preset course that has been laid out historically. Other scholars have tested it to go through and then we add in the Adam and Eve, Muhammad, Gilgamesh, Beowulf, Odin, the Song of Roland, King Arthur. All of these things just keep adding up and they follow the exact same pattern. So we know that there's something to it, that in our human nature that we do think logically. Even in just telling these stories about adventure, we came across this kind of framework that people throughout different cultures have adhered to, and they follow. And so we're going to look at how it plays out in a couple of specific examples.